It's a day where hope is revived, dreams reshape, and new journey unfolds. Namaste, good morning, and a warm welcome in the city of Viratnagar, to the capital city of Kosi province, and to the industrial hub of this country. Purvanchal University is here today to transfer the thinking of early childhood development (ECD) ecosystem in Nepal and to define a bold agenda that is, for every child, early moments matter. My name is Girish Patarai, faculty member at Purvanchal University. I'll be with you for a couple of days now, making sure it will be a memorable one for everyone who has involved with us. We are very glad to organize this international conference, and it is our pleasure to host academics and experts on ECD like you in our city. The main objective of early childhood development is to provide health, nutrition, safety, protection, and early learning opportunities necessary for overall development of children and the rights of the child. The government of Nepal is committed to ensure that all children have right to live, the right to protection, the right to development, and the right to participate by providing all services related to the early childhood development with ease. Our constitution has established early childhood development as a fundamental right. One more time, I would like to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to all our distinguished guests. Before moving towards the formal opening session, let's stand together for the national anthem. Thank you. It is a big day for every one of us who has been a part of this international conference. On this occasion, now I request Dean, Faculty of Education, Professor Dr. Anil Kumar Pokhrel for the welcoming speech. Professor Dr. Pokhrel is a pillar in the planning and execution of this international conference. Please welcome Dr. Pokhrel.
Thank you very much, Master of Ceremony, Girish. Good morning, Chief Minister, Kosi Pradesh, Hikmat Kumar Karki, Vice Chancellor. And Vice Chancellor is not only the Vice Chancellor, he is the patron of this conference also. Registrar, he is also the patron, patron of the university, patron of the conference, esteemed delegates, distinguished guests, and dedicated advocates and speakers for early childhood development. It is an honor to welcome you all to the international conference hosted by the Faculty of Education, Purvanchal University, focusing on the crucial topic of ECD. Addressing such a distinguished audience today is a privilege. early childhood development is a vital issue that courses, borders, cultures, and the disciplines. The early years of the life are important, shaping a child's future by building fundamental cognitive, social, and emotional skills that lead to lifelong learning and success. This is a challenge and an opportunity of the both local and the global importance, requiring collective efforts to achieve lasting progress. Nationally, the well-being of our societies depends on how we support and nurture our youngest citizens. Investing in ECD is not only a moral duty but also a strategic priority. Governments must ensure access to quality early education, healthcare, and parental support system. Such an investment brings clear benefits, creating healthier, more educated, and more productive population that drives societal growth. Globally, we face the challenge of addressing inequality in access to quality ECD services. Across both development and developing nations, many children, particularly those in marginalized communities, lack the resources and opportunities they need. International collaboration is key to bridging these gaps, sharing effective practices, and ensuring every child has an equal chance to thrive regardless of their background. In conclusion, early childhood development is the foundation of a just and thriving society. By working together at national and international levels, we can guarantee that every child receives the care, support, and education they deserve. Let us unite in our commitment to building a brighter and more equitable future for all children. Thank you. I welcome to all of our delegates, foreigners, and the local level who are participating here. Welcoming again. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pokhrel, Dean, Faculty of Education, for welcoming remarks and also for some very insightful speech. Now I'd like to request our chief guest, Chief Minister of Kosi Province, Honorable Hikmat Kumar Karki, onto the stage to perform the lighting of the lamp ceremony, symbolizing the dispelling of darkness and the victory of knowledge over the ignorance. May the light of this lamp reach all the children of this country, which may provide the brightness of education to all. This is our wish. Thank you, Honorable Chief Minister Hikmat Kumar Karki. I would also like to request our Pancha Kanya to please welcome our Chief Minister as well. We have also some special guests here in the conference today. Honorable Panchkarna Rai, Minister, Ministry of Social Development, Kosi Province. Honorable Sadananda Mandal, Minister, Ministry of Tourism, Forest and Environment, Kosi Province. With due respect, we want all our special guests to take the seat. Similarly, we want our university dignitaries to take the seat as well. Professor Dr. Mahesh Raj Dahal, Chairman, PU Service Commission. Mr. Nilmani Pokhrel, Registrar, PU. Professor Devi, Dr. Sailesh Mani Pokhrel, Dean, Faculty of Medical Sciences. Dr. Sandesh Das Shrestha, Dean, Faculty of Management. Professor Dr. Medini Prasad Sharma, Executive Director, Curriculum Development Committee. Professor Dr. Meenraj Jakal, Executive Director, Research Center. Dr. Uttam Kumar Regmi, Executive Director, Monitoring and Evaluation, Mr. Balendu Hamal, Controller of the Examinations, Dr. Komal Dulal, Head, Planning Department, Mr. Yagya Raj Pathak, Registrar, Far West University, our special guest. Also the directors of PU schools and colleges, all the deputy controllers and deputy deans, and all the past dignitaries of Purvanchal University. I would like to request you to take the seats. Meanwhile, there are other guests as well in the hall. Hisan Central Committee, Mr. Gyan Bahadur Khadka, Chairman, Hisan Kosi Province, Mr. Amit Jakal, Chairman, Hisan Moram, Mr. Mohan Budatoki, Chairman, Papson Viratnagar, Mr. Rupesh Katiwada, Chairman, Niharika College, Mr. C.M. Shrestha, Principal, Orchid College, Mr. Sandeep Shrestha, Director, Toddlers Haven, Mr. Rakesh Surana, President, Chamber of Industries, Morang, Mr. Naveen Rijal, President, Morang Udyog Vyapar Sangh, Mr. Rajendra Raut, President, Nepal Udyog Banijya Mahasangh. I would like to request you to kindly take the seats. We have arranged Hall B as well in the same floor. We would like our guests to sit over there as well. Now, we have a short cultural dance performance as a part of this opening ceremony. Nepali culture dances are vital to life, culture and traditions. Let's welcome to the students of Lilliput School, Viratnagar. I'd like our technical booth to please coordinate with the music. Thank you.
Day
Wow, what a magnificent performance it was. It is always pleasant to witness such talents. Let's give a round of applause one more time to our young kids. It's time now to get back to the heart of our event, the keynote address. To begin with, I would like to call upon Professor Karan Graham. Professor Graham is a UK-based emeritus professor of childhood and family studies and work-based learning. She has been a regular contributor to Wales government boards and has chaired the Wales Government Parenting Expert Advisory Group. Please welcome our first keynote speaker of this morning, Professor Karan Graham.
Namaste and welcome to all visiting dignitaries and to all the delegates. It is an honour to be here today to present at the first Early Childhood Development International Conference in Nepal. As we begin to realise the objectives of this conference, we are reminded of the importance of investing in early childhood care and education. This is a twofold investment that not only benefits the lived experience and development of individual children, but one that has a significant impact on our communities and our society as a whole. In this presentation, we will discuss obstacles that must be recognised, faced and overcome in order to successfully bring about the best outcomes for children. This is a shared ambition, and no matter how admirable that ambition might be, it is not sufficient in itself to bring about the desired results. Building quality in early years provision requires knowledge, skill, understanding, focus and commitment at all levels of society. It is only in relatively recent times that we've come to fully understand the benefits and outcomes afforded to us all by focusing on the youngest and perhaps some of the most vulnerable people in society. The early childhood nature and nurture debate of childhood has developed considerably over the last 60 years, from a simplistic model of nature and nurture to something that has become so much more sophisticated and has helped our understanding and the importance of a bio-psychosocial model of early childhood that informs what we do and how we like to deliver to our youngest people today. There is little doubt that the science of early childhood care and education has strongly influenced the direction of travel and has positively influenced how we view the experience of children into understanding how in turn That experience shapes the child's physiology, their brain, and as a consequence, their future decision-making in relationships, attitudes to trust in others, to their mental health and well-being, and to their learning and development. It is the experiences of these cohorts of children that will shape our future and societies. All stakeholders need to be helped to understand that our investment in children has short, medium and long-term consequences for all of us. And it is right, therefore, that we should reflect that understanding the vision and policy of our early years sectors is so important. While it is no surprise that this investment is of major interest to those of us who are focused on young children and who are passionate about early years, we should also recognise that the scientific basis in relation to the level of return on investment may still be a surprise to others. It is our job as a sector to persuade all stakeholders, including political leaders, of the value and return that comes with investing in early years. To do that, we first need to know and understand the value of that return in the context in which we live. Only then are we better able to influence those who make decisions in a world of competing priorities. We, as a sector, should also recognise that we have a reciprocal duty to make sure that investment provides value for money and has a favourable return. We need to show return on investment and share in a collective duty to measure progress and outcomes and to report on that impact. In order to do this, we need a deep understanding of challenges that comes with implementing an effective national, regional and local model of early years care and education. Then we will be in a better position to help shape our early years provision even more and to make a better use of investment. So what does it take to build a national, effective and efficient model for early years childhood delivery? We first need to recognise the need for a consistent, whole child, needs-led approach to child development and learning across all childhood services, one that is underpinned by children's rights. Further, we need to recognise the division between structural and process factors that play a crucial role in determining the quality in early years care and education. And with that understanding, we are better able to know where we can focus our influence and our efforts in order to have the strongest outcomes and the best impact on children and families. Structural factors provide the top-down scaffolding of services. They provide the legal and regulatory framework that is essential to supporting national approaches to childcare and to quality and to education. This includes laws and regulations that define standards for childcare facilities, licensing requirements, staff-to-child ratios, health and safety, and so much more. These regulations provide the foundations for ensuring quality and consistency across childcare settings and across educational settings. Structural factors may also include an infrastructure that provides the facilities crucial for providing quality childcare services and funding to support staff training, to facilitate improvements, for care and curriculum development, and the resources to make childcare and education accessible and affordable to families. And we recognise that sometimes this has to be done in a very creative way, and we see this, for example, in reaching out to different communities and mobile creches. Structural factors are important because they provide the efficient use of resources. They allow for coordination and planning and allocation of resources. The government is best placed to assess the needs and priorities of the entire country and develop strategies to efficiently and allocate resources accordingly. This coordination helps prevent duplication of efforts and duplication of spend. Strategic resource allocation allows the government to identify key areas or sectors that require most investment for any particular reason at any one time, and to promote equal access to resources and to services for children and families, regardless of their location or their background. In turn, this supports resource optimization because it avoids waste and it avoids inefficiency. Having a national structure enables the government to establish guidelines and standards for how resources are used at national, regional and local level. This may, for example, include establishing quality expectations in relation to how the curriculum is delivered on a local level, and it could include so much more. A national structure is best able to promote equity and fairness in the distribution of resources, and finally, ensure that resources are directed towards activities that align with the current national priorities and goals. Structural factors support process factors in bringing about improvement. The consistency and coherence should not be underestimated in aligning efforts. They avoid fragmentation between care and education at times and promote a collective approach towards improvement and change. It drives people to work towards a shared vision and goal that provides a collective understanding of the desired government outcomes, priorities and strategies, research informed based on what we know children need. And when we know and understand what the sector is being asked to do, we are best able to direct the workforce towards supporting a national structure and delivering what children need. Supported by the workforce, a national structure will provide for effectiveness and a framework for training, skill development and knowledge sharing that is aligned with sector goals and priorities. But it does so much more than that, because what we know that government need when we are asking for spend is effective monitoring and evaluation. Collection of data based on this country through monitoring and evaluation that is reliable. That could include, for example, making sure a curriculum is properly interpreted at local level. It tracks progress and assesses outcomes against the established goals and benchmarks, and this information can then be used to identify areas of success, areas that need improvement, and inform evidence-based decision-making. This is an area where universities can help and can benefit from when allocated funding to be able to do so. In summary, an appropriate structural factors are essential to providing a framework in which the process factors can positively influence provision. Process factors relate not to what we do, but how we approach our work. This means looking carefully and deeply into what we do, because why we do what we do will determine the quality that brings about the best offer of standards to children and families. And so I implore each of you to really consider what and why. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that our early education provision adequately supports and improves the quality across the early years sector, and is one that avoids splitting care and education, because we know that both matter to the child. Education is relational. When we have relationships, when we can reach out when children trust us, we know they learn best. We need to make sure that our provision is holistic, multi-agency and integrated where needed. To achieve this, we need a cross-sector, all-stakeholder, consistent definition of quality based on policy that focuses on what a child needs, recognising that early childhood is the most important stage in determining life chances. To achieve this, the consensus needs to define quality and to explore perceptions of what quality includes. Safety and protection obviously is paramount, but we need to be able to describe here what quality is when we're talking about good quality or better in early years, and what we mean by, for example, healthy child development, how we describe child poverty. Process factors, doing what we do, can seem incredibly simple, but to do this well, it takes deep knowledge and deep understanding. And while this challenge might seem at least superficially simple in its goal, in practice it is far from it. It requires an articulation of a shared philosophy that was able to differentiate the child needs for cohort, geography, differences in community, parent and family needs. And one of the biggest challenges is ensuring that the framework and structure that we are working to in care and education is understood and interpreted consistently among each and every one of you. Only when we have these in place are we best able to develop tools for self-assessment that can be reliable. But in turn, we need to work towards a values-based approach, a deep and determined investment in shaping beliefs and values in the way we work, so that the way we work can be supported, evaluated, standardized and moderated. This is something I know that Dr. Meenakshi Dahal has been working fastidiously to in recent years. She and her colleagues, recognizing the importance of process factors and a skilled and informed workforce being one of the key elements, have worked to ensure that the workforce is focusing on reflection, improvement and quality. It is a commitment that recognises that the workforce shapes the lives of our children and ultimately the future of our society. And it is in our societal interest to recognise the importance of the workforce and to provide the workforce with the support, the resources and respect they deserve. Too often in early years, people think that we do this job, we are involved with early childhood because we are unable to do much more. Very often people in early years are invested in early years because they understand that it is complicated, it is complex, and it requires a deep understanding, and it helps our children do more. We need to carefully consider what we ask of the workforce and the values we attribute to it. We need a workforce that is consistent and unified for everybody that provides for children, is well established and appropriately trained and qualified, has consistency of expectations and knowledge, has a shared understanding of the different roles within it, and is respected not just for the sake of the current workforce, but so that the sector attracts more strong and capable people. Further, to ensure that our children are best supported for a better today and a brighter tomorrow, we need a sector that is supported to recognise and to cooperate despite differences, and that in itself can be a challenge. To work within the national structure with confidence, because they have confidence in what the government is providing, and who are willing to self-reflect, self-assess, self-drive and self-improve. A seamless and well-thought-out provision will work to 4 pillars of quality: delivering to the rights of the child, delivering what a child needs, bringing care and education, and working towards the best outcomes for children. Together, structural and process factors provide for an effectiveness that is rooted in stability. It is a shared responsibility to use the opportunities afforded by both to paint a line of sight from national policy through to frontline practice, to focus on effectiveness through the delivery of best practice to parents, to work to address inconsistency, to use the tools of positive change, and to deliver sustainable quality services now and in the future. It is not an easy road, and the complexity should not be misunderstood. Ultimately, the best childcare and education systems work effectively and efficiently by keeping the clear line of sight between government and practice, by working to what both needs. Because if we report back to government strongly and in an informed and reliable way, they know they can trust the data. That allows government to spend appropriately. And in an ever-improving model, it is up to all of us to invest in an ever-evolving system. We have never quite got it because there is always more to do. We must remember that our early childhood investment in early childhood care and education is an investment in our collective future and in the success of humanity. As we commit to future generations and invest in their well-being, we must also recognise that this investment will come at a cost. Financially, it is a cost to those who say it is unaffordable, and to those we must ask, how can we not afford to invest in our children and our society's future? Perhaps it should be the first priority for us, because the more we invest in early years, and we know this to be true, the greater the cost saving later. And so today my message is that we should come together at national level, regional level and local level to make sure that the cost is not felt by governments who are dealing with competing priorities. We do that well. We need to make sure you have the information you need to make the right decisions. It is our collective duty to do that. And why do we do it? Because children matter. Children don't have a say in our community spend and in our national spend, but the impact is felt by them. And if we don't deliver to them now, we will pay the price later. And that's the key here. Children first, children matter. Invest where it counts. Invest in children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Graham, for such an insightful presentation. There were certainly some policy-making thoughts as well. Now, I would like to request Mrs. Chirasri Ghosh, an Executive Director, Policy and Partnerships in Mobile Mauritius, India, for her keynote speech. Chirasri is an expert in grassroots mobilization and ECD domains. Please welcome Chirasri Ghosh from India.
बहुत डिलाइटेड हूँ कि मैं इसका पार्ट हूँ, क्योंकि आई विल लाइक टू थैंक फ्रॉम बॉटम ऑफ माई हार्ट पूर्वांचल यूनिवर्सिटी सर एंड मीनाक्षी मैम टू गिव मी दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी to come before you and share my experience. I am representing Forces. Forces is a network, forum for crashes and child care services. ये 30 years पुरानी नेटवर्क है. मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश में बोलूँगी ताकि सभी को अच्छे से समझ में आए. ये हम लोगों ने बहुत 30 साल पहले, और मैं मोबाइल क्रश को भी रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ, जो 56 years पहले छोटे बच्चों का जो महत्व है उसको समझा था और उसके काम के मुहिम में चल पड़े थे. तो मैं उस लेगेसी को लेके आज आप लोगों के सामने आई हूँ और अपने अनुभव को बोलूँगी. बहुत सारे मेरे प्रेजेंटेशन में आगे जो हमारे प्रेजेंटर रहे हैं उनके साथ ओवरलैपिंग है, तो मैं बहुत ज़्यादा उस पर नहीं बोलूँगी, क्योंकि अगर उन्होंने कहा कि बहुत ज़रूरी है कि क्यों हम इन्वेस्ट करें छोटे बच्चों पे. 6 साल का जब छोटा बच्चा होता है उसका फाउंडेशनल स्टेज होता है. जैसे हम मकान बनाते हैं, नींव जब पक्की होगी तभी मकान पक्का हो सकता है. तो हमारे मानव जीवन में जो नींव है वो 6 साल से छोटे बच्चों का है, समय होता है. उस समय इन्वेस्टमेंट करना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है और इस पीरियड में सबसे रैपिड ग्रोथ होता है. आप सोचिए कि 2 साल में हम अपने पूरे साल में जितना लंबाई होती है उसकी आधा लंबाई हम कर लेते हैं, मतलब हाफ ऑफ आवर हाइट इज बीन एक्वायर्ड व्हेन वी आर इन 2 years of age। तो इतनी रैपिडिटी से ग्रोथ शायद हमारे कभी जीवन काल में नहीं होती, इसलिए इस उम्र में इन्वेस्टमेंट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। मैक्सिमम वल्नरेबिलिटी इस एज में होती है क्योंकि हमारा बच्चा जिनके केयर गिवर के हाथों में होता है वो अपनी ज़रूरतें खुद नहीं पूरा कर सकता है। तो केयर गिवर जितना जानकार हो कि जितना, चाहे वो माँ हो, पिता हो, उनके प्री स्कूल टीचर हो, जितने अच्छे से उनको सभी जो उनकी ज़रूरतों को पूरा करेंगे तभी वो बच्चा एक ह्यूमन कैपिटल के रूप में आगे बढ़ सकता है। और ये हमारा 90% ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट 6 साल में हो जाता है और जो न्यूरॉन कनेक्शंस होते हैं ये इसी समय होता है और ये समय हमें कहते हैं विंडो ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी। अगर ये समय एक बार चला जाता है तो शायद ये वापस कभी नहीं आता है। तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि बच्चों की जो, अगर हम जिंदगी के लिए सभी लोग पैशनेट हो, क्योंकि इसमें इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे तो कल को हमारे लिए इन्वेस्टमेंट कम करना पड़ेगा। एंड सोशल रिटर्न्स का जो हेकमैन की थ्योरी है वो कहता है, आप ग्राफ को देख रहे हो कि जितना ज़्यादा आप इन्वेस्टमेंट इसमें करेंगे बाद में आपको इसका बेनिफिट सबसे ज़्यादा मिलता है। एंड इट सेज दैट 7 to 10% डॉलर आप ज़्यादा मतलब आपको रिटर्न्स मिलती है अगर आप अर्ली ईयर्स में इन्वेस्टमेंट करते हो। और जब हम बच्चों की बात करते हैं तो 6 साल के बच्चे को एक साथ नहीं करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। अलग अलग स्टेजेस में बच्चे की ज़रूरतें अलग अलग होती है। जब बच्चा माँ के पेट में रहता है तो उसकी सभी ज़रूरतें माँ के थ्रू होती है, तो इसलिए बहुत ज़रूरी कि माँ का वो परिवेश दे, उनको माहौल दे, उनकी सही खान पान की व्यवस्था करे, तभी वो एक बहुत स्वस्थ बच्चे को जन्म दे सकती है। तो ये एज स्पेसिफिक नीड्स को भी हमें समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है क्योंकि बर्थ से 6 months में वो सिर्फ माँ का दूध पीता है तो वो पौष्टिक होगा तभी वो बच्चा बढ़ सकता है। तो एज स्पेसिफिक नीड्स के ऊपर हमारी जो इंटरवेंशन होना चाहिए, इट शुड बी वेरी साइंटिफिक एंड उनको होलिस्टिक पैकेज में मिलना चाहिए। जब हम कोर कंपोनेंट ऑफ चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं तो हेल्थ की बात करते हैं, हाइजीन की बात करते हैं, अर्ली लर्निंग की बात करते हैं, केयर एंड प्रोटेक्शन की बात करते हैं, न्यूट्रिशन की बात करते हैं और पेरेंटल एंगेजमेंट की बात करते हैं। तो शायद कोई भी एक अगर जो उनकी सर्विसेज है छूट जाती है तो शायद बच्चे की ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट नहीं होती है। तो बहुत ज़रूरत है कि सभी पैकेज ऑफ सर्विसेज एक साथ मिले और वो केयर के साथ मिले। अगर वो केयर के साथ नहीं मिलेगा तो बच्चे की डेवलपमेंट नहीं होती है। और इसके साथ बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जब हम पैकेज ऑफ सर्विसेज की बात करते हैं, इंटरकनेक्टेड इश्यूज भी उसको इम्पैक्ट करती है, चाहे वो लाइवलीहुड हो, एक्सेस टू रिसोर्सेज हो, बेसिक सर्विसेज हो। क्लाइमेट इज वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट थिंग नाउ कमिंग कि क्लाइमेट अगर चेंज हो रहा है, क्लाइमेट अगर सही नहीं है तो बच्चों के ऊपर इम्पैक्ट होता है। एंड जेंडर इश्यूज, जो माँ बाप के साथ जो जेंडर इक्वेशंस रहते हैं, जो कल्चरल जेंडर इश्यूज है, उसको अगर हम नहीं उनके साथ काम करेंगे तो शायद बच्चों के ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट की बात नहीं कर सकते। तो ये इतना इम्पॉर्टेंट एज ग्रुप में अगर ज़रूरत है कि हमें इन्वेस्टमेंट करना, तो बच्चों की स्थिति क्या है थोड़ा देखते हैं। नेपाल और इंडिया में देखते हैं तो बच्चों की स्थिति बहुत अच्छी नहीं है। सो हम सबको एक साथ इसके ऊपर सोचना है। अगर हम नेपाल में देखें अंडर न्यूट्रिशन बहुत ज़्यादा है और इंडिया में देखें तो वेस्टिंग इज़ वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टेंट indicators which shows that we are not investing on the child as we should। और इसके लिए क्या करना चाहिए हमें कि ताकि बच्चे के जो ओवरऑल डेवलपमेंट हो सके, सबसे ज़रूरी है राइट्स होना चाहिए। जब तक उसको एक कानूनी फ्रेमवर्क में नहीं देखेंगे, एंड वी आर वेरी हैप्पी दैट नेपाल में फंडामेंटल राइट्स है, ECD का एक बहुत बड़ा हमारे पास एक हथियार है कि जिससे, क्योंकि कमिटमेंट, पॉलिसी कमिटमेंट तभी होगी जब वो कानून के दायरे में होता है, और नेपाल में ये फंडामेंटल राइट्स है, इंडिया में नहीं है। इंडिया को अभी बहुत लंबी दूरी तय करना है। एंड बहुत सारे उसी को जब हमारा एक्ट होता है, बहुत सारे पॉलिसीज होती है, बहुत सारे हमारे एक्ट होते हैं, और हम लोगों ने, मैं क्योंकि रिप्रेजेंट कर रही हूँ फोर्सेस को, मैं बताना चाहूँगी कि नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट जब आया 2013 में, वी लॉबीड, एंड उस एक्ट में पहली बार बच्चे और माँ के जो खाने की जो एक अधिकार के रूप में मिला, और उसमें लिखा गया उस एक्ट में कि ICDS जो प्रोग्राम एकमात्र फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम है इंडिया का, उसमें बच्चे और माँ को न्यूट्रिशन मिलना चाहिए। तो हम लोगों ने उन्होंने बहुत सारे एक्ट को इंस्ट्रूमेंटल है उन एक्ट को इम्प्लीमेंट करवाने में, चाहे वो मैटरनिटी बेनिफिट एक्ट में क्रश प्रोविजन को लाना या ईसीसी पॉलिसी में हम लोगों ने अलायंस फॉर राइट टू ईसीटी और फोर्सेस ने एक साथ आके उसमें जितने भी रिकमेंडेशंस दिए उसके 80% रिकमेंडेशंस गवर्नमेंट ने किया, इट हैज बीन इम्प्लीमेंटेड। एनईपी अभी आया, एनईपी में पहली बार 3 to 6 बर्थ उन्होंने लिखा कि लर्निंग स्टार्ट फ्रॉम बर्थ, और उसके अगेंस्ट में 3 to 6 का उन्होंने कैरिकुलम भी अभी बना रहे। सो इट इज ऑलवेज नीडेड कि सिर्फ बच्चे के साथ नहीं काम करना, एक इकोसिस्टम के साथ काम करना बहुत जरूरी है। और स्कीम्स डिफरेंट मिनिस्ट्रीज में है, तो ये भी एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है कि बच्चे की नीड तो एक साथ उसको चाहिए, उसको हेल्थ की भी नीड चाहिए, उसको न्यूट्रिशन की भी चाहिए, उसको कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट में चाहिए, पर ये अलग अलग मिनिस्ट्री में होने के कारण क्योंकि सब मिनिस्ट्री के अपने काम करने के तरीके उनको एक साथ नहीं मिल सकता है, तो इतने मिनिस्ट्री में बच्चे फ्रेगमेंटेड है कि बच्चे को जब कुछ चीजें मिलनी चाहिए एक साथ, इट डजंट कम। और अगर हम बजट को देखें, बजट एक बहुत बड़ा एक आईना होता है कि हम कंट्री में क्या इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं। एंड आई एम गिविंग द डेटा ऑफ लास्ट 10 years, और आप देखो कि कितना डिक्रीज हुआ है इन्वेस्टमेंट ऑन द चाइल्ड इन इंडिया में। पहले 4.76 से डिक्रीज होकर 2.4 हो गया है। और अगर हम प्रोग्राम एंड पॉलिसी की बात करें, एंड इट इज नॉट रिफ्लेक्टेड इन द बजट, इट शोज दैट व्हाट इज द इंटेंशन फॉर द यंग चाइल्ड। और अगर हम कॉस्ट यूनिवर्सलाइजेशन ऑफ चाइल्ड केयर की बोले तो अभी 2022 में ILO में वर्किंग पेपर में कहा गया है कि इफ वी वांट टू have universalization of ECD, we need 2.5% of the GDP, और अगर अभी देखें तो 0.6% of GDP we are investing. So this is the long path we have to do, that कि 2.5% of GDP अगर देंगे तभी हम बच्चों के जो हम संपूर्ण विकास की होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं वो इंश्योर कर पाएंगे। There are different frameworks which talk about the चाइल्ड डेवलपमेंट। एक नर्चरिंग केयर फ्रेमवर्क है जो कहता है कि हमें सिर्फ बच्चे के साथ नहीं काम करना है, हमें फैमिलीज के साथ काम करना है, हमें सर्विसेज के साथ काम करना है। तो ये एक फ्रेमवर्क है, एक होल वॉलेट फाउंडेशन का एक फ्रेमवर्क है जिसमें वो कहते हैं कि बच्चे को इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर स्पेसेस के साथ काम करना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर बच्चे को सही स्पेस नहीं मिलेगा, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं मिलेगा, तो शायद बच्चे की डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो सकती है। उन्होंने बहुत सारे डिजाइन किए सिटीज में। ये पुणे सिटी के आंगनबाड़ी के पास एक छोटा सा जगह को उन्होंने कन्वर्ट किया चाइल्ड फ्रेंडली जगह पे। तो इट इज ऑल्सो रिक्वायर्ड कि बच्चे का माहौल हम कैसा बना रहे हैं, बिकॉज बच्चे उससे ज्यादा सीखते हैं। देन अनदर थ्योरी इज बर्नर थ्योरी व्हिच टॉक अबाउट डिफरेंट लेयर्स ऑफ intervention from the individual to the country level intervention, because when we do in a different layers of intervention, we see that we can make a dent in the ecosystem, because if we only concentrating in the child, we can't do that. मेजरली अगर बहुत सारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं जो इस पे काम किए हैं, और मोबाइल क्रिसिस इज वन ऑफ दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर आई वर्क, एंड वी हैव सीन द कंस्ट्रक्शन वर्कर जो मजदूर आते हैं शहरों में काम करने के लिए, उनके बच्चे बहुत मैलनरिश रहते हैं। और जब बच्चा हमारे साथ 6 महीना रहता है तो उसके पूरे ग्रोथ लेवल पे डिफरेंस आता है, 83% हमने देखा न्यूट्रिशन लेवल में चेंज आता है। तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि कैसे हम जो इंटरवेंशन कर रहे हैं उसके इम्पैक्ट को देखें। विदाउट शोइंग द impact, we can't say our program is working very well. Majorly non-negotiable of quality standards का मैम ने बात ही करी, तो I will not repeat it because there has to be a framework when we talk about the non-negotiable quality thing. Majorly मैं कहना चाहूँगी कि आज क्योंकि आज का कॉन्फ्रेंस है कि इकोसिस्टम अप्रोच क्या है, तो केयर डायमंड is a theory which talked about that how different players can come together, and this is the forum. I think it opened the doors for all of us that market, civil society, family, government should come together for the investment of the child. पर मैं इस बात में ज़रूर बोलूँगी कि आप जानते होंगे नेपाल में भी ये हो रहा होगा, इंडिया में तो बहुत हो रहा है कि बहुत प्राइवेट प्री स्कूल्स खुल रहे हैं। प्राइवेट प्री स्कूल अगर खुल रहे हैं, अगर वो अनरेगुलेटेड है, विदाउट क्वालिटी बेंचमार्क, इट विल इम्पैक्ट द चाइल्ड। सो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जब मार्केट किसी भी इश्यूज में घुसते हैं, हाउ वी आर रेगुलेटिंग दैट मार्केट। अनलेस वी रेगुलेट दैट मार्केट, इट विल ओनली सर्व टू द पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी, इट विल नॉट गो टू द पोरेस्ट ऑफ द पुअर। तो मार्केट जब भी आता है तो हमें ध्यान रखना है कि कैसे हम इसको रेगुलेट करें। और वे फॉरवर्ड में मेजरली मैं कहूँगी कि इस तरह का फोरम कलेक्टिवाइजेशन बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हम डिफरेंट एकेडमिया नेटवर्क्स सब एक साथ कैसे आके बच्चों के लिए बात करें, क्योंकि जब तक हम सब एक साथ नहीं आएंगे तो बच्चों की विकास की बात नहीं कर सकते। हायर इन्वेस्टमेंट होना ज़रूरी है। रिसर्च स्टडीज़ कहते हैं, अभी मैंने जब से बताया 2.5% ऑफ द जीडीपी अगर हम नहीं इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो बच्चों की मिनिमम जो रिक्वायरमेंट है हम नहीं दे पाएंगे। थर्ड इज द प्रोफेशनलाइजेशन। अनलेस वी आर प्रोफेशनलाइजिंग द चाइल्ड केयर थिंग, नहीं तो हमें शायद उनको डिग्री देना बहुत ज़रूरी है, उनकी कैसे अपस्केलिंग कर रहे हैं, दैट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। नहीं तो जो बच्चों की ऊपर इनपुट लेवल पे कहेंगे, हम आउटपुट लेवल पे नहीं चेंजेस ला पाएंगे। तो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जो टीचर्स है उनकी सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम्स के बारे में हम कैसे सोच रहे हैं, उनकी विकास के बारे में कैसे सोच रहे हैं। जब उनका विकास नहीं होगा वो बच्चों के विकास में नहीं कर सकते। तो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम चाइल्ड केयर कैडर का प्रोफेशनलाइजेशन कैसे करें। कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव फ्रेमवर्क बहुत ज़रूरी है चिल्ड्रंस का, और ये साउथ एशिया रीजन कैन कम टुगेदर एंड प्रिपेयर ए कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव फ्रेमवर्क फॉर द चाइल्ड केयर। रेगुलेशन एंड स्टैंडर्ड सेटिंग की बात मैं कह रही हूँ, और मैम ने भी कहा कि एविडेंस बिल्डिंग इज वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट। जब तक हमारा जो हम काम कर रहे हैं उससे क्या फ़ायदा पहुंच रहा है और उससे हम क्या सीख रहे हैं दूसरे देशों को ना बताए, शायद हम नहीं समझ पाएंगे। जैसे नेपाल में बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल्स हैं, उस एग्जाम्पल्स को बाहर की दुनिया को भी देखना बहुत ज़रूरी है, और इस तरह के कॉन्फ्रेंसेस में हम शेयरिंग कर सकते हैं। और हमारा एक शेयरिंग प्लेटफॉर्म अगर वो आजकल आईटी एंड डिजिटलाइजेशन हो गया है, इट विल बी वेरी गुड कि कोई पोर्टल हो जिसमें इस कॉन्फ्रेंस के बाद हम सभी अपना जो नॉलेज है उसमें शेयर कर सके और सभी देशों में ये बातों को जा सके। और आई विल जस्ट क्लोज माई थिंक दैट गैब्रियल मेस्टिरिया ने कहा था, many things we need, we can wait, the child cannot. Now is the time his bones are formed, his minds are developed. To him we cannot say tomorrow, his name is today. And lastly I will say, if you want to change the beginning of the story, we change the whole story. So we should change the whole story of the young.
Thank you Mrs. Ghosh for your thoughtful presentation. Now without any delay, let me welcome Dr. Meenakshi Kahal, who is an early childhood development expert and child rights advocate, who also works with parents, teachers and all the level of governments for ECD. Dr. Kahal is also one of the main contributors behind this international conference. Thank you.
Namaste सबैजनालाई, very warm welcome, good morning, good day. Namaste. Thank you Chirasri for ending with child cannot wait, his name is today. बच्चाले पर्खन सक्दैन, हामी धेरै कुरालाई पर्खन सक्छौँ, हामी धेरै कुराको लागि दोषी छौँ, किनकि बच्चाले पर्खन सक्दैन। उसको हाड मासु र रगत अहिले बन्दैछ, उसको नाम आज हो। नपर्ख्यौँ भन्दा पनि हाम्रो आफ्नै कल्चरल प्र्याक्टिसेसहरू छन्, हाम्रो आफ्नै लिमिटेसन्सहरू छन्। सो सरी बिङ अ पार्ट अफ द, तर धेरै लामो कुरा नगरिकन यो कुरालाई म कति सक्दो छोटोमा मैले यहाँलाई राख्न सक्छु त्यो प्रयास गर्नेछु। हामी अर्ली चाइल्डहुड इकोसिस्टमको कुरा गरिरहेको छु। मोस्टली म नेपाली बोल्छु अनि केही मात्रै अङ्ग्रेजी थोरै थोरै बोल्छु। धेरै कुरा आई हेभ kept in my slide, so I do not speak in English because looking at my friends' face, they all are Nepali, mostly Nepali. So it's easier for me to speak in Nepali. So please forgive me, my international friends and all the dignitaries. इकोसिस्टमको कुरा गरिरहेको छौँ अनि यो किन इकोसिस्टमको कुरा गरिरहेको छौँ अगाडिबाट नै आइसक्यो। यो एउटा मात्रै पर्सपेक्टिभबाट हामीले लिनियर भन्ने स्ट्रेट लाइनमा हामीले बालबालिकालाई बुझ्नै सक्दैनौँ, बुझेर पुग्दैन। हामी जब बालबालिकाको कुरा गर्छौँ, द कन्टेक्स्ट इज अलरेडी Sirasri and Korean has already talked about that. कन्टेक्स्ट कस्तो छ भन्ने बेलामा बालबालिकासँगै आमा जोडिन्छ, हाम्रो जस्तो कल्चरल प्र्याक्टिस भएको ठाउँमा चाइल्ड केयर गिभर्स बुझिन्छ अथवा हामीले भन्ने बुझ्ने सामान्य स्थितिको शिक्षक बुझिन्छ। अनि हामीले बालबालिकालाई राम्रो गर्छु भनिरहँदाखेरि पनि त्यो आमालाई जसले अनपेड वर्क भोलिन्टियरली वर्क गरिरहेछ अर चाइल्ड केयर अथवा हाम्रो इसिडी शिक्षक यसलाई हामीले कतिको अन्डरस्ट्यान्ड गरेका छौँ हेरेको छौँ भन्ने कुरा एकदम महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ। ग्लोबली यो रिसेन्ट आएको यो डेटामा के भन्छ भनेदेखि 299 मिलियन चाहिँ जबहरू चाहिँ क्रिएट गर्न सकिन्छ इफ वी इन्भेस्ट इन चाइल्ड केयर भनेर भन्छ। यहाँ मान्यज्यू मन्त्रीज्यू इभन मुख्यमन्त्रीज्यू हुनुहुन्छ त्यसमा मैले यो कुराहरू भन्नै पर्छ किनभने पूर्वाञ्चल विराटनगर त यो देशको राजनीतिक परिवर्तनको थलो हो, यहीँबाट सुरु भएको थियो। वाइ डोन्ट वी स्टार्ट फर ट्रान्सफर्मेसन अफ चाइल्ड्स लाइफ होइन चाइल्ड डेभलपमेन्टको यो परिवर्तनको सुरु पनि यही ठाउँबाट किन नगर्ने हामीले बिकज यो चाहिँ फर्स्ट इन्टरनेसनल कन्फरेन्स इन द कन्ट्री पूर्वाञ्चलको लागि त सो समथिङ इज गोइङ टु ह्यापन होइन त्यसरी केही हुँदैछ होला। सो यो ग्लोबल्ली नै यो मिलियन चाइल्ड केयर सर्भिसेसको कुरा निकालिरहेको छौँ अनि हाम्रो 43% चाहिँ चिल्ड्रेनहरू चाहिँ प्राइमेरी स्कुल एजको आउट अफ स्कुल छन्। हाम्रो यसो हेऱ्यौँ हामीले अझै भने पनि हाम्रो कन्टेक्समा 25% बालबालिकाहरू चाहिँ अनएटेन्डेड भनौँ न कोही पनि एडल्टबाट एटेन्डेड भएका छैनन्। अनि हामी चाहिँ फन्डामेन्टल राइट्स छ भनेर भन्छौँ कि सो हामी कहाँ छौँ भन्ने कुरा एकदमै क्वेसन छ। अर्को चाहिँ हामीलाई अलिकति अलमलाउने चाहिँ डेफिनिसनले रहेछ। सो मैले जहाँ जाँदा पनि डेफिनिसनको कुरा गर्छु। हाम्रो कन्टेक्स्टमा अर्ली चाइल्डहुड डेभलपमेन्ट भन्यो भने हामीले चाहिँ सर्वाङ्गीन विकासको कुरा गर्छौँ। बर्थ टु 8 इयर्स इभन प्री कन्सेप्सन टु 8 इयर्सको कुरा गर्छौँ हामी 8 वर्षसम्मको कुरा गर्छौँ। अनि हामी चाहिँ सेक्टोरल लिनियर कुरामा चाहिँ कहिले कहिले हामी आफै हराइरहेको हुन्छौँ अल्मलिराखेको हुन्छौँ। हामी इसिडी चाइल्ड केयर एन्ड डेभलपमेन्टको कुरा गर्दैछौँ, इसिइडी एजुकेसन एन्ड डेभलपमेन्टको कुरा गर्दैछौँ कि होल इसिडी ओभरअल होलिस्टिक अफ देखाएको जस्तो डेभलपमेन्टको कुरा गर्दैछौँ भन्ने कुरामा हामी अल्मलिँदो रहेछौँ, हामी आफै हराउँदो रहेछौँ। सो हाम्रो चाहिँ पोलिसीको कुरा अलिकति वी आर टकिङ अबाउट पोलिसी एन्ड प्र्याक्टिस एन्ड हाम्रो प्र्याक्टिसमा के छ त भन्यो भने पोलिसीको कुरा गऱ्यो भने हाम्रो 1 इयर इसिइडी छ तर हामीले इसिडी भनेको छौँ। अनि हामीले त्यो इसिडी एजको सबै बालबालिकालाई त्यो प्रोग्रामभित्र क्याप्चर गर्न सक्छौँ। सो मैले अरू ठाउँमा पनि बोलिरहने गरेको हाम्रो अन्डर 2 को लागि धेरै हेल्थ मिनिस्टर स्वास्थ्यको कुरा गर्छ, आफ्टर 4 को लागि धेरै मिनिस्ट्री अफ एजुकेसनको कुरा गर्छ। एन्ड वाट एबाउट चिल्ड्रेन बिट्विन 2 to 4 एज 2 देखि 4 वर्षको बालबालिकाको लागि वी डोन्ट ह्याभ स्टेट, दे आर अलमोस्ट स्टेटलेस। त्यो बालबालिकाको लागि डेडिकेटेड फोकल पोइन्ट कुन मन्त्रालयले हेर्ने हो, कसले पोलिसी बनाउने भन्ने छैन। सो यो कुराहरू पनि हामीले छलफलमा गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ आइरहनुपर्छ होला। हाम्रो प्र्याक्टिसमा कस्तो रमाइलो लाग्छ, फन्डामेन्टल राइट्स छ। बिरबलको खिचडी जस्तै लाग्छ कहिले कहिले, पाक्दैन किनभने छ कहाँ बत्ती गरेको छ त्यसको ध्यान यहाँसम्म आउँदैन। सो फन्डामेन्टल राइट्सलाई जबसम्म हामीले इम्प्लिमेन्टेसनमा ल्याउँदैनौँ होइन यो चाहिँ कार्यान्वयनमा ल्याउँदैनौँ यो भन्नलाई मात्रै हुने रहेछ, नाराको लागि मात्रै हुने रहेछ। हामीसँग लोकल गभर्मेन्ट दिएको छ, लोकल गभर्मेन्टसँग अथोरिटी छ, सबै म्यानेजमेन्टको कुराहरू छ होइन। हामीसँग थुप्रै प्राइभेट सर्भिस प्रोभाइडरहरू पनि छन् जुनसुकै नेममा भए पनि जुनसुकै नाममा भए पनि। यो सबैलाई हामीले कसरी चाहिँ एउटै ठाउँमा ल्याउने हो र अघि भनेको जस्तो अगाडि भन्नुभएको जस्तो त्यसलाई रेगुलेसन होइन अनि प्रपर क्वालिटी फ्रेमवर्क बनाउने हो भन्ने कुरा अर्को हाम्रो चाहना छ। हामीले त्यसलाई कसरी हेर्ने हो भन्ने कतिवटा कुराहरू बुझिन्छ कि हामीले जब चाइल्डलाई सम्झिन्छौँ नर्सरीको केयर फ्रेमवर्क हाम्रो मेन फिलोसफी हाम्रो कन्ट्रोलले पनि बनाएका नेसनल पोलिसी स्ट्राटेजीमा नर्सरी केयर फ्रेमवर्कलाई दिएको यसमा हेल्थ न्युट्रिसन रेसिडेन्सियल केयर प्रोटेक्सन सेफ्टी र अर्ली लर्निङ स्टिमुलेसनको कुराहरू आउँछ। तर त्यतिले मात्र इकोसिस्टम बालबालिकाहरू यही हाम्रो वरिपरि हुर्किरहेको छ। हिजो काठमाडौँबाट विराटनगर प्लेनमा आउँदाखेरि हिमाल यसो हेर्दाखेरि मैले देख्ने गरेको हिमाल तलैदेखि सेतो थियो। मैले धेरै पछि थाहा पाएको त्यो भित्र चट्टान हुन्छ भनेर। अहिलेको बालबालिकालाई हिमालको चित्र बनाउने भने टुप्पोमा अलिकति सेतो लगाउँछ होइन। त्यसले बालबालिकामाथि सिकाइमा परेको प्रभाव अथवा उनीहरूको एभ्रिडे लाइफमा पारेको इम्प्याक्ट अफ दिस ग्लोबल चेन्ज, क्लाइमेट चेन्ज, पल्युसन होइन, अरू हाम्रो यी अरू यावत कुराहरू पनि त्यत्तिकै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छन् है। सो यो इकोसिस्टमको कुरा गऱ्यौँ भने हामीले यी कुराहरूलाई, क्लाइमेटलाई होइन, यो अरू इकोनोमिक कुराहरूलाई, इन्भेस्टमेन्टको कुराहरूलाई, अहिलेको हाम्रो क्यापिटलिस्ट अप्रोच, यो मार्केटलाई, यो पोलिसीले र प्र्याक्टिसले, कार्यान्वयनले कसरी कहाँ कहाँ एड्रेस गर्छ, कसरी रेगुलेट गर्छ फर द बेटरमेन्ट अफ द चिल्ड्रेन, फर द बेस्ट अफ द चिल्ड्रेन, त्यो चाहिँ एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुँदो रहेछ। नभए भने चाहिँ यो एकदमै लिनियर रूपमा हामीले वान वे मात्र हेऱ्यौँ र एउटा सेक्टरलाई मात्रै हेऱ्यौँ भने हामीले थुप्रै कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ छोडिराखेको हुने रहेछ भने इन द लङ रन यसले हामीलाई एकदमै नराम्रोसँग चाहिँ असर अथवा इम्प्याक्ट पारिरहेको छ। यो भर्खरै प्रकाशित ल्यान्डसेटको जस्ट 1 महिना अगाडि प्रकाशित ल्यान्डसेटको रिपोर्टमा के भन्छ भने गोल्डन 1000 डेजको कुरा हामी धेरै जसो फ्यामिलियर छौँ होला। फर्स्ट गोल्डन 1000 डेज कन्सेप्सनदेखि पहिलो 2 वर्षसम्मको दिन गऱ्यौँ भने 1000 दिन हुन्छ, अनि त्यसलाई चाहिँ 1000 डेज भन्छ। त्यो एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुन्छ र नेपाल गभर्मेन्टको प्रायोरिटी प्रोग्राम हो द फर्स्ट गोल्डन 1000 डेज एन्ड द हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री अफ हेल्थ is taking this responsibility, accountability to make better, you know, the golden 1000 days. But what about another golden 1000 days? अर्को 1000 दिन पनि त्यत्तिकै इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ है। फर्स्ट गोल्डन 1000 डेज पछि अघि मैले भने नि स्टेट लेख्छ हाम्रो बालबालिकाहरू, तर त्यसपछिको 1000 दिन जति महत्त्वपूर्ण पहिलो 1000 दिन थियो त्यति नै महत्त्वपूर्ण छ। शिक्षाले अघिको नर्सरी केयरको फ्रेमवर्कसँग सँगसँगै हाम्रो कग्निटिभ डेभलपमेन्ट, सेल्फ रेगुलेसन, सोसियो इमोसनल डेभलपमेन्ट, मोटर डेभलपमेन्ट, अरू के डेभलपमेन्टल आउटकम्सहरू, भाषाको कुरा, ल्याङ्ग्वेज लिटरेसी, न्युमरेसीको कुराहरू पछिल्लो 1000 दिनमा अझै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छन् है। सो हामीले कस्तो खालको फाउन्डेसन, कस्तो खालको इन्भाइरोमेन्ट क्रिएट गर्छौँ, कस्तो खालको चाहिँ हामीले उनीहरूलाई एक्सपिरियन्स दिन्छौँ, त्यसले म्याटर्स लाइफ लङ हुन्छ उनीहरूको लर्निङलाई अथवा ह्युमन पोटेन्सियललाई। इन्टरकनेक्टेड हुन्छ, कलेक्टिभली ओभरल्याप। त्यो भनिरहँदाखेरि 2 वर्षलाई मात्रै चाहिने हो र हेल्थ होइन, 8 वर्षसम्म इभन हामीलाई जीवन पर्यन्त गुड हेल्थ चाहिन्छ। यदि हेल्थको फाउन्डेसन चाहिने हो भने 8 वर्षसम्म हेर्नुपर्छ। अनि जो स्कुल जान्छ उनीहरूको हेल्थको कुरा हेरेन, उनीहरूको सोसियल हेल्थ, मेन्टल हेल्थ एन्ड फिजिकल हेल्थ भने त्यसले लर्न गर्न सक्दैन, उसको कग्निसन हुँदैन, उसको कग्निटिभ डेभलप हुँदैन। सो हाउ क्यान वी वर्क कोअर्डिनेटली कि यो ओभरल्यापिङ हुन्छ। त्यसैले सेक्टोरलमा चाहिँ अघि पनि कुरा छ, इन्टिग्रेसन इज च्यालेन्ज। हाम्रो त झन् अझै एकदमै धेरै च्यालेन्ज। हामी आफ्नै तालले आफ्नै सुरमा हिँड्न रमाउने रहेछौँ। जब ग्रुपमा काम गर्न थाल्छौँ हामी कोअलिसनमा अथवा यस्तो कोलाबोरेसनको कुरा गर्छौँ, हामी कहाँ के मिल्दैन। सो कसरी गर्ने हो यो कोअर्डिनेसन भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट हुँदो रहेछ। कोलाबोरेसन बिट्विन सेक्टर्स इज क्रिटिकल, इम्पोर्टेन्ट एन्ड देन च्यालेन्ज भन्ने। अघि पनि मैले भने थुप्रै सेक्टरहरू छन् हाम्रो। क्लाइमेट चेन्जसँग कसरी कुरा गर्ने, क्लाइमेटले अर्ली चाइल्डको कुरा बोल्दैन। हामीसँग एफसिएसबी फिमेल चाइल्ड हेल्थ भोलिन्टियरहरू घर घरमा जान्छन्, प्रेग्नेन्सीको एक रेकर्ड हुन्छ, तर अर्ली स्टिमुलेसनको गर्भमै पनि उनीहरूलाई चाहिन्छ है राम्रो स्टिमुलेसन। खाँदाखेरि पनि उनीहरूलाई राम्रोसँग गाली नगरी, हतार नगरी खुवाउनुपर्छ है भन्ने कुरालाई कसरी एड्रेस गर्ने भन्ने कुरा त्यहाँनिर ग्याप हुन्छ। अरू थुप्रै कुराहरू छन्, सामान्यभन्दा सामान्य कुराहरू। ट्राभलमा, बाटो हिँड्दा, फुटपाथ बनाउँदा, सिँढी बनाउँदा, इभन हाम्रो घर बनाउँदा, बाथरुम बनाउँदा हामी हाम्रो बालबालिकालाई सोध्छौँ कि सोध्दैनौँ। हाम्रो कोठा बनाउँछौँ, मास्टर बेडरुम बनाउँछौँ, तर बालबालिकाको लागि हामी त्यो अलिकति ठाउँहरू अलोकेट गर्छौँ कि गर्दैनौँ होइन। मैले बालबालिकाहरू भनिसक्दाखेरि सबै बालबालिका त्यो बोर्डरै क्रिएट गर्न पाइएन कि यसमा बालबालिका यो क्षमता भएका बालबालिका, यो ग्रुपका बालबालिका, यो खालको यो वर्गका अथवा यो भूगोलका यो परिवेशका भन्न पाइएन कि अल चिल्ड्रेन, नो म्याटर वाट कल्चरल ग्रुप दे आर or where geographical in the like part of the country अथवा what socio-economic situation are they growing. Like सबै बालबालिकाको लागि हामी सोच्छौँ कि सोच्दैनौँ, त्यो एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ र त्यसको लागि चाहिँ कोलाबोरेसन इज द की। अनि हामी कसरी कोलाबोरेटिभ रूपमा काम गर्छौँ यो किपिङ चाइल्ड इन द सेन्टर भनौँ न, बालबालिकालाई केन्द्रमा राखेर हामीले काम गर्ने हो भने यसलाई बालबालिकाको मात्रै कुरा आउँदैन, अघि पनि आइसकेको छ। फेमिलीहरूदेखि त्यो फर्स्ट को छ त उनीहरूको अगाडिको सराउन्डिङ, त्यसपछि हाम्रो अरू कम्युनिटी इन्स्टिट्युसनहरू, सर्भिस प्रोभाइडरहरू हुन सक्छ, त्यसको लागि चाहिँ हाम्रो रेगुलेटरी बडी जस्तो स्ट्यान्डर्ड्सहरू के हुन सक्छ होला, सपोर्टिभ अरू पोलिसिजहरू के हुन सक्छ होला, वर्कफोर्स डेभलपमेन्टको हाम्रो मोडालिटी के हुन सक्छ होला, प्यारेन्ट्सलाई चाहियो सपोर्ट, लाइभलीहुडको सपोर्ट नै चाहिन सक्ला, तर एज अ प्यारेन्ट मैले कसरी सिक्ने के मेरो बालबालिकालाई बुझ्न। अब हामीले पहिलेको मेरो आमाले मलाई सिकाएको कतिवटा कुरा अहिले काम लाग्दैन। सो प्यारेन्टिङ एजुकेसनको लागि सपोर्ट चाहियो भने एउटा प्यारेन्टले कहाँ जाने, यी सबै कुराहरू चाहिँ इन्टिग्रेटेड रूपमा आउनुपर्ने रहेछ। अनि सबैभन्दा महत्त्वपूर्ण चाहिँ हामी कहाँ छौँ र हाम्रो के छ बेसलाइन भन्ने कुरा नै हामीलाई थाहा छैन। हामी कहाँ कुन लेभलमा काम गर्दैछौँ। एन्ड देयर कम्स युनिभर्सिटी होइन, युनिभर्सिटीले चाहिँ स्टडी गर्नु पऱ्यो, रिसर्च गर्नु पऱ्यो, यो चाहिँ हाम्रो लागि काम लाग्छ कि लाग्दैन भने इट इज अल कन्टेक्चुअल। सो यो कन्टेक्चुअलाइज गर्ने कामहरू चाहिँ युनिभर्सिटीहरूले गर्नुपर्छ। र साइन्सले के भन्छ त भन्दा यो तिनवटा कुरालाई यो हार्वर्ड सेन्टर अफ चाइल्ड डेभलपमेन्टले जहिले पनि साइन्स बेस्ड इन्टरभेन्सनको कुरा गर्छ। यो तिनवटा कुरालाई गर्छ। एउटा कनेक्टिङ द ब्रेन इन द रेस्ट अफ द बडी, ब्रेन र बडीको कनेक्सन भएन भने काम गर्दैन। इट्स इन अ पर्सनल लेभल, बट म अहिले पोलिसी लेभलमा पनि मलाई त्यस्तै लाग्छ। काठमाडौँमा बसेर फेडरल पोलिसीको लेभलमा काम कुरा गरिरहँदा यस्तो राम्रो पोलिसी बन्छ हाम्रो, तर बडीसँग कनेक्ट नै हुँदैन, कार्यान्वयन पक्षसँग कनेक्ट नै हुँदैन। अनि पोलिसी हेर्दा एकदम राम्रो छ, तर कार्यान्वयनमा जाँदा हामी कहाँ कहाँ जान्छौँ, किनभने ब्रेन इज नट कनेक्टिङ विथ बडी, हाम्रो बडीसँग कनेक्ट भइरहेको हुँदैन। अर्को चाहिँ सपोर्टिङ युनिभर्सल निड्स अफ द दिस इन्डिभिजुअल भेरिएसन, यो एउटा युडिएल भन्छौँ हामी, युनिभर्सल डिजाइन फर लर्निङ, सबैले सिक्न पाउनुपर्छ, सबैको लागि तयार गर्ने भन्छ। तर इन्डिभिजुअल भेरिएसनलाई हामीले कसरी एड्रेस गर्छौँ? इच चाइल्ड इज युनिक, प्रत्येक बालबालिका विशेष हुन्छ। सो हामी उनीहरूलाई कसरी एड्रेस गर्छौँ र त्यो एड्रेस गरेकोलाई कसरी सपोर्ट गर्छौँ भन्ने कुरा पनि त्यतिकै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ। अर्को चाहिँ प्रोभाइडिङ वाट यङ चिल्ड्रेन निड वेन दे निड इट मस्ट, वेन दे निड इट मस्ट, चाहिएकै बेलामा चाहियो कि खोजेको बेलामा आमा खोजेको बेलामा आफ्नो बाबा खोजेको बेलामा त्यहाँ हुनु पऱ्यो, भोक लागेकै बेला खाना पाउनु पऱ्यो, अथवा जुन बेलामा जे गर्नुपर्ने हो त्यही गर्नु पऱ्यो। कहिले कहिले हामीले यति अन्डर एस्टिमेट गर्छौँ, कहिले कहिले हामी यति धेरै ओभर एस्टिमेट ओभर एक्सपेक्टेसन गर्छौँ। 2 वर्षको भइसक्यो, स्कुल गएको 5 महिना भइसक्यो, केही पनि लेख्दैन। उनीहरूलाई के आवश्यकता छ, त्यो डेभलपमेन्टली एप्रोप्रिएट छ कि छैन, उनीहरूको उसको हिसाबले छ कि छैन भन्ने कुरा एकदमै महत्त्वपूर्ण हुन्छ। देन अगेन यो सबै कुरा गर्नलाई वी निड युनिभर्सिटी, वी निड एकाडेमिया टु रिसर्च, टु कन्टेक्चुअलाइज दिस थिङ्स एन्ड देन टु मेक लाइक सपोर्ट द पोलिसी मेकर्स अफ पोलिसी इम्प्लिमेन्टेसन। थ्याङ्क यू सो मच, द्याट्स अल फर। I also repeat the same thing. We start like what we said at the beginning of the story, we said the entire story. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Tal, for your knowledgeable presentation. It was really insightful. Now kindly give me permission to welcome our another keynote speaker, Dr. Aruna Reddy, a big name in the public health sector in our country. So she is currently working as an executive director of Rural Health Education Service Trust. She is a public health specialist, women's rights activist, and a strong advocate of healthy eating habits and lifestyles. Let's welcome Dr. Reddy.
Dear colleagues and friends, my work has been much easier by 2 presenters before me. So now I have luxury to share my stories from my childhood. If my grandmother would have been alive, she would have said, what you are talking about ECD? I had 10 children, 13 grandchildren, without having any knowledge of ECD. You have been fine. So why do we need this? Yes. My mother with 87, she would have been asked the same question. I had 3 children, 5 grandchildren, she is illiterate, I am illiterate, she was illiterate. So without having any knowledge of ECD, how she gave birth, how she encouraged us to study and make a person that would contribute to the society. I think 2 of the most important things without having any knowledge, and that's love, attachment, and nutrition. My grandmother, I grew up with my grandmother, it was about 55 years ago. So she passed away when I was about 10 years old. But the feeling, the food, the knowledge that she gave me still remains with me. And thanks to that knowledge, which when I was a doctor, I just started, I thought, okay, my grandmother's knowledge are old-fashioned, I don't have to use it. But as much as I started learning, having conferences, and then I understood the value of wisdom that has been there for thousands and thousands of years. They didn't have any scientific values, not scientific research, but the human were their laboratory. And so, we are here, we Nepalese are here. For thousands of years, we didn't have any knowledge about nutrition, but we survived. Why did we survive? Because my mother, my grandmother, great-grandmother knew the value of millet, value of lentils, value of lot of plants that are grown among us in our in Anganwadi, as they say. But now we are talking about nutrition again because we have forgotten that wisdom. And now we talk a lot about food that comes in packet, and that packet makes our children unhealthy. And that is one of the most painful things, that when I see a child with junk food, and when I talk to mother, why are you giving that child to your child? Because they think that it is good food. They think it is nutritious food. Because again the market has come. And market makes it that this noodle or this biscuit is full of vitamins. And they give a lot of ideas how this is good. Or maybe it is Horlicks, everyone has used that. And they say, oh, Horlicks is good for your brain of your child. Such a bullshit. Because what is Horlicks, Bonvita and all those cereals? They are made of wheat or barley and lot of sugar. And that sugar makes our brain, our child brain, very unhappy. And because of that, our children, lot of health problems have already started. When I was a young doctor, good and beautiful as well, we didn't see a problem with children that would have been a lot of ADHD or autism or something, but now things have come up. Why it is? Because now the children there's so much sugar rush, as they said, and everybody who is here, you can look at it, sugar rush. A child has got a lot of junk food and sugar rush, and it is hyperactive, and we think that we are doing good for the children. And it is not that, and I always talk about market, because market has made our brain, our government brain, our policymakers brain so inactive that they don't even think about children food. I'm talking about not about here who are the politicians who are here. I'm talking about the politicians who are in Kathmandu. One of the examples I'll give you, our government talks about nutrition, and because of so many outside some friends, they said, okay, now we are going to give child diba khaja, snacks at daytime. And how much money is given? It is about 15 rupees, it is like about 10 cents per person per child to eat snacks. Anybody, any minister, any politician, any prime minister's children would have food, snacks at 10 cents or 15 rupees? Of course not. But because they have to show that in their policy that we are giving snacks. And in 15 rupees, you can't even have a half cup of tea. I just in the morning I had tea, I took about 30 rupees. And so, if we are giving half cup of tea as a snack to our children, do you think that all those our policy, all those ideas will take care of the children's health? Of course not. It is very sad. So what Meenakshi and Tirasri has said, policy are needed, of course, because to implement. But if you don't internalize it from the heart. If you don't understand the value of our wisdom, value of our local food, value of our what children should be eaten, that is nothing. And so I have been for the last 36 years, I have seen so many cases of a young child who is about 12-year-old and already having diabetes. Can you imagine? When we didn't have that problem when I was young or when I was a medical student. But now things have changed, and one of the reasons is because our market, our value system, things have changed. So I think one of the things that we really have to work on it is to make sure that child has proper food. And when I say proper food, it means that food that is, thank you. I think someone is scolding me because I was talking about when we talk about food, now a lot of research has been done by psychiatrists, and already there is mind-God connection has been proved. It means we have brain, we have stomach, we talk about gut, and what we eat that impacts brain, and it has already been scientifically proven. One example I'll give you. Serotonin, serotonin is यो तत्त्व सेरोटोनिन भन्ने एउटा नाम एउटा तत्त्व छ, and that is responsible for our happiness. And where our happiness comes from, we think it's of course from the brain, because when we feel sad, we say, oh, I'm depressed, I am suffering from depression, I am sad, I cannot sleep. Those things. And that serotonin, can you imagine, 80 to 90% it comes from our stomach, it comes from our gut. And it means, if our gut is healthy, it means that if we give proper food, nutritious food, the gut will be healthy, and that will impact our child brain. It means that all things which we are talking now will have a positive impact. And when we talk about children's health, brain, it starts from mother's womb. If a mother is happy or having a proper food, then a child will have, the fetus will have proper food. And if a mother is anemic, having a lot of problems with anemia, then a child will not be able to born properly, or it is with less. And then once it will born, there will have a lot of physical problems, and also will impact on mental health problems. So I think that is very, very important that we take the wisdom from our grandmothers, incorporate that in our scientific basis, and give to our community here. You have this wisdom. Now we have learned that how much it is important. Let's have it and start providing our child the support that they need. We don't have to be again put all the things that we don't have to say all the things of which our grandmothers did were bad, but at the same time we don't have to say that all of things that were our grandmother did were good. So there are good and bad things. So let's use, and we are very lucky that now we have language, now we have IT, now we have computer and everything, and so we can use that knowledge. We are here, we can give that knowledge to our teachers, to our mothers, to our young generations, and say, if you really want to make yourself happy, because if your child will be happy, if your child will be physically and mentally fit, then our parents will be happy. We are there with children, grandchildren. I am grandmother with 3-year-old grandchild, and that is one of the biggest happiness moments when she laughs, when she crawls, when she hugs me, and it can happen only if her mental and physical health are in good. So I am again saying to all the policy makers that don't think that with 15 rupees or 10 cents snacks you will be able to get a very good citizen in future. No. You will have to spend money on child food, so that his not only body but mind and brain will also be impacted. And it has already been proven by the science that if a child is suffering from anemia, it is named ragako kami, then he will not be able to learn. Capacity to learn new things will be decreased if the child is suffering from anemia. The same thing with other malnutrition and other things. So, I am, as a public health personnel, I have been working in malnutrition and child health issues for some time, and I have started trying to learn so many things from my grandmother's wisdom. I think that is very important that we could give to our new generation. So, at the end, I would like to say that nutrition is very, very important. So, as my grandmother has given me the food, and it was very simple, dal bhat tarkari with jaulo and lito and these things. But now that it has come market again and Cerelac is given to children, and the very saddest thing that even the pediatricians, the child health specialists, don't talk about lito and smashed potato. They will say, why don't you give your child Cerelac? It is very good. It is very good. Yes, it is very good because it has a lot of sugar. And it is very interesting that Cerelac that is made in UK and America that doesn't have sugar, because the pediatrician have said no, your child doesn't need and you don't give sugar to a child till it is 2 years old. But here, because we have 4 countries, Nepal, Bangladesh, India, that's fine. So the company, can we fight with the company? Yes. If we will be talking a lot again, then the government will make a policy that you cannot put sugar in the children's food. The company has to learn. So, where is the problem? Again, back to Mangalman. Problem comes with it because our government people have, or our policy makers don't understand, don't want to understand, or they just don't make sure that the children have good food. So, I am sure if all our companies head and will be told by our government that we have to make sure that our children have good food. One thing is very important, that you start from your kitchen. And every child, a girl child, boy child should learn how to cook. By the age of 10 or 15, he should learn how to cook dal bhat tarkari, the simplest things. And that will make our life much easier. I think I saw a problem with our our parents nowadays, young generation, they think that it's very important to give child a lot of money, and it is not important to give his